Hi, I'm Katie Sickmann, Invasive Species Coordinator with the St. Croix River Association.
And I'm Jeremiah Walters, the naturalist, and today we're at Lake Demontreville in Washington County, Minnesota.
Today we're going to be talking about what a lake service provider is, why it's so important to protect your water body against aquatic invasive species, and different rules and regulations when you put in and take out your boat, dock, and lift for the season.
So Katie, could you tell me what a lake service provider is?
Yeah, a lake service provider is an individual or an entity that removes, installs, decontaminates, rents, or leases water-related equipment. So this could be a dock, this could be a boat lift, or even a boat. So some of you might be wanting to remove your lift or dock for the winter. So it's a business that comes in and does that for you.
Do they need to be permitted by the DNR to do this?
Yes, they do. Great question. And you can find this out by visiting Minnesota DNR's webpage and checking to make sure that lake service provider is indeed certified. My name is Katie Sickmann with the St. Croix River Association. I'm here with
Link Levy. I'm the president of the Lake Demontreville and Olson Association.
And Karen Lane, I'm a board member on the same organization.
And we're going to be talking more about Lake Demontreville, a little bit about water quality and water resources around the Washington County area, and why it's so important to protect their water body against aquatic invasive species. What is your experience with lake service providers, and why is it so important to have a Minnesota DNR certified lake service provider helping people on your lake?
I am contacted by many of the residents who are looking for services, and the importance there is we're fighting to maintain or keep at bay the invasives that we currently have. So we certainly don't want someone who's not managing the process or not educated to come in and introduce something new to our lake.
If you plan on transporting a dock, lift, or other water-related equipment from one body of water to another, make sure it is free of all visible aquatic invasive species, especially zebra mussels, whether it's dead or alive. According to Minnesota state law, all equipment needs to be free of aquatic invasive species for at least 21 days before being put into another body of water. It is okay to remove water-related equipment coming from infested waters as long as it remains on that adjacent shoreline property. So Link, why is controlling aquatic invasive species in and around the lake so important to you, and what practices do you do to take that extra precautions in and around the lake?
Well, I like to do what I can or do my part to help keep the lakes clean. And after I retired, it kind of became a passion. I took on the role of president of our association, and through our association, we now work with the DNR, the county, the city, the St. Croix Association, Washington County Association. Anyway, all these different organizations that we participate with to get education out and to manage the invasives that we currently have. We've been able to keep the lakes at a level where the invasives, primarily the milfoil and the curlyleaf, don't get to the point of ever matting on the surface.
Okay.
So they will come back every year.
Mm-hmm.
We're not at a point where we're able to eradicate, but no activities are hindered throughout the season.
When removing your water-related equipment for the year, it's important to check it for all invasive species, but zebra mussels especially. You can look for byssal threads, the D-shaped shell, or the striped shell as defining characteristics.
To me, the water quality here is important for many reasons, but primarily, this is a great resource not only for the residents but anybody that can come to this lake. And as an association, one of our primary drivers is water clarity, quality, environmental concerns. We try to keep the invasive species at bay. The other thing, if you talk to some of the residents here, we have a lot of families, folks with their kids, grandkids, and everybody wants to enjoy the resource.
Yep. Awesome. So why is it so important to educate the community members around your lake, and why is it important to have the education component so strong within the Lake Demontreville Olson Lake Association?
Since I became a board member, I was trained through the MAISRC organization, which is the Minnesota Aquatic Invasive Species Research Center. Mm-hmm. Very good training, and they provided me with a wonderful book. It's laminated. You take it on a boat with you. It's just great. It shows you a lot of detail about what you're looking for in your lake for the aquatic invasive species. Yep. And I just became more interested in trying to let the rest of the people mm-hmm. on our lake know what is going on in our lakes. So that was just kind of a personal.
Awesome. So Link, would you like to give us any parting words of wisdom, either to do with aquatic invasive species or lake service providers?
As far as service providers, again, using certified ones to reduce any potential introduction of new species into the lakes, because it's so expensive, and you just can't get rid of them once they're there.
Thanks for tuning in to the third installment of the St. Croix River Association Scenic Shorts.
Now you know to check to make sure your lake service provider is Minnesota DNR certified, and make sure when you're taking out your dock, boat lift, or boat for the season, or putting it in for the season, that you're checking for those aquatic invasive species.
Thanks.
See you next time.